Hi guys, this is Spartan765. Today I'm just doing an update. This is my fully customized SKS. I'm completely done customizing it and adding stuff to it. It's in its finished form now. As you've seen the many videos I've done before on the steps of customization. This is now fully customized. I'm going to take this deer hunting this year. It's kind of like a fun rifle to take deer hunting. I'm also bringing my Remington 700, but I'm going to bring this too because it'll be fun to use this. I have it set up for its hunting configuration right now, as you can see. Okay. Start out with the modifications as visible modifications. You can see Tapco T6 stock. To improve barrel harmonics to make it more accurate, I ground down the ribs inside here that touch the barrel. They're barely touching the barrel at all, if at all. So you got a free-floating barrel except for right here and here. It was loose here when I got the stock. I don't know, just because they have to make fit every type of SKS. So I took some electrical tape, put it under there to cushion that. You don't want to put a metal shim under there because that could cause the barrel to bend. But if you take this and this is up this side and you just jam that down in the stock and lock it, it can, a pulling downward pressure on a barrel is never really a good thing. If anything, you'd want to push up a little bit. That's what they do with barrel bedding. This gun also, obviously, the Tapco T6 stock and handguard. The next thing that I did on it was put a rail system on. Next thing was these were hard to find. Some digital camo handguards, and then I custom painted this bipod. It's a foregrip with a pop-out bipod. It used to be black. I custom painted it. Just used like a khaki tan and some leaf green spray paint. Painted it tan and dusted it with green. It blends with the stock pretty well. Next thing I did with it was I got some Tapco 5-round mags. This Tapco 5-round in here. It's painted. It was black, and it doesn't look good when black sticks out the bottom of it blends better when it's painted. If you paint a mag, you want to be sure when you just leave it tipped upside down, and you don't want to get much paint in the follower at all. You don't want to paint the mag follower or the mag fingers. Next thing I did to this gun was I got a T6 sight for it, a Teksights TS200 sight. This sight has adjustable windage and adjustable elevation. This is a peep sight. This is very firmly placed on the gun. I've experimented with scope mounts. The ones that mount here, they are a joke. They're worthless. Even the ones with retainer pins, screws, are worthless. The only good scope mount you could get would be like a PE scope mount, like the most Nagant has. They make those for the SKS. They're not cheap, but it's an SKS. You don't need a freaking scope on an SKS. Well, with these iron sights that I put on here, and how I customize it, I can get really good accuracy in the scope. Makes it, putting a scope mount on it, that just kind of classifies it just as a hunting rifle because it's big, bulk. You can't go have fun with it or shoot stuff in the water. Can't. It's not wieldy, put it that way. Another thing I got for it was the Teksight accurate front sight post that is .047 in diameter. It's a pretty thin front sight post compared to the original one. One thing about this though is it's not super tight. Well, the screw's super tight and it's tight in there, but I'm gonna get some Loctite to keep it tight once I get it adjusted so it doesn't move around when you shoot it at all. It's a very good front sight post, very sturdy. The plastic ones I've seen, you put those in and they actually wiggle. This is a good old metal made out of 4010 steel. Internal upgrades, obviously, since I'm taking it hunting, I had to make it compliance legal. The compliance parts consist of Tapco gas piston, Tapco 5-round magazine, Tapco T6 stock, obviously. I don't know if the operating rod's considered a compliance part, but I also got a Tapco operating rod. I know the firing pin isn't considered a compliance part, but I also got a spring-loaded firing pin that's made in USA from Murray's gunsomething.com. I don't know. Go to the sksman.com. You can get them off there. They're $40 with shipping, $35 without. Pretty spendy, but worth it. That means you don't get slam fires, so you can let your gun get a little more dirty. You don't have to clean it as much. You get a spring-loaded firing pin. They're a lot safer. They're better. They're just safer. You can get, I don't know, accuracy is probably the same with it. Overall, good thing to get. Another thing I got to preserve the life of my rifle is I also got a recoil buffer, because that eliminates metal-to-metal impact. That fits right in the back of the receiver cover. What the bolt does is it slams back against, there's these little block things in there, or little things that stick up like this on both sides. It slams against that. And if you look at yours, you could probably see that, you know, it's indented a little bit there. Mine wasn't too bad, but so I got a recoil buffer that also improves life, and it reduces the recoil just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. And there isn't much recoil on an SKS anyway. But then with the Tech sights, you can get pretty accurate groupings, probably 2-inch group, 1 to 2-inch group. Well, probably what is it? What did I get? 2-inch groupings at about 100 yards. It's pretty good, pretty accurate rifle. You should pick up a stock SKS at the store. Probably looking at 4 or 5-inch groupings at 100 yards. You do have to spend a little bit of money to accurize it, but other than that, oh, one other thing I did was to make it a little more accurate was there's a, if you're not familiar with the SKS trigger group, there's a sear in here that felt like pulling the trigger like sandpaper. So I took that sear out and cleaned it all off and everything, and sanded the rims of it with some really fine sandpaper. Got it really smooth, and it works perfect now. That obviously also helps, because you can better judge when the trigger or firing or hammer is about to hit or get released, so you can be more accurate that way. And then just for, you know, having fun shooting, keep the same configuration, except just pop in a Tapco 20 round instead of the 5-rounder. Pretty good SKS, pretty high quality. I mean, it's a Norinco Chinese Sino-Soviet SKS, as you can see here by the milling, which means it's a SKS made in China but made by Soviet machines and under Soviet supervision. So a very high quality SKS. Bolts, everything's machined fine, everything's smooth, no rough parts or anything. Sino-Soviets are the best of the Chinese SKS. One way to tell is if you got the milling right here just like the Russians. If you don't, you don't have a Sino-Soviet, and that means it's just a regular old Chinese. Customizing SKS is a great thing to do. It's fun, it's worth the time, and you got a cool gun. One thing I would recommend if you go hunting, obviously if you get a rail system, you're going to have to take this off, but the bayonet, bayonet's pretty much worthless when you go hunting. You just added weight and it decreases accuracy because the barrel harmonics get kind of screwed off with the bayonet. When I bought mine, it didn't have the bayonet, but I could have bought a bayonet, but I didn't because I don't need the extra weight. This SKS would normally take a blade bayonet though. Cleaning rod, you obviously can't have a cleaning rod in there if you don't have the bayonet. Don't need a cleaning rod in there. If you got any questions, comments, or anything like that, send me a message. Spartan765 out.